Devin's got a good podcast too.
He
He's
does.
Like,
He
yeah.
does.
That's the
Right now, 12,
backpacking
13.
experience.
Yeah.
Backpacking experience.
He
It's
should
a
have got this
great-
name. I don't know. Missed out, man.
I'll tell you, man.
Backpacking
we nailed it.
podcast.
We nailed it.
How in the world did you get the name?
Okay, so
I
here's,
cannot believe that's not taken.
Okay,
Tell
here's a
him-
story
tell him-
on
tell
it.
him the
Here's the
story.
story on it. Basically, we said we're going to do this podcast. And if you're listening right now and you're going, what has happened? I thought you were going to talk about exercise.
Don't even worry about
And I told you we're unscripted in this place. So there's no,
Just having fun, man.
yeah, we're just
Yeah.
doing it. But
We're just
no,
talking, just like he said we'd do.
this is what it's like when we go backpacking.
No playing,
Yeah.
no playing.
It's what
Just
it's like
talk.
when we go backpacking. But no, when we went out, I just completely blanked.
No,
Damn.
we were out.
Oh, we're talking about the backpacking podcast.
Yeah, the backpacking
and
podcast.
I said, so I'm going to look up names of backpacking podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I got on Google and I just typed in backpacking podcast. And nothing showed up other than like backpacking experience, backpacking in blisters, which is another good podcast, and some other ones like backpacking light. And
Mighty
it-
Blue, I think.
Pots and Puss.
Yeah, those guys. And just all these things showed up, but nothing.
No, not for
Named
this name.
backpacking podcast. So I was like, well, I'm going to keep searching for this.
I like the name.
So I got on iTunes and I got
Yeah.
on Spotify and I got on Podbean and I got on all these different podcasting sites and I just started looking for backpacking podcast and I looked for backpacker podcast. I looked for that too. Nothing for either one. So if anybody's wanting to start a new podcast and you want to call it the Backpacker Podcast, you're welcome.
No, I'm copywriting that.
You
No,
copyright
I'm
that?
just kidding. I'm going to take them both so they
So
can't.
nobody had taken it. And so I get hold of Jeremiah, send him a text, and I go, dude, we could use backpacking podcast and nobody's using it.
You know where we were sitting whenever we bought the URL?
I can't remember now.
We were sitting at your kitchen table.
That's right.
Oh,
Recording the first
nice.
episode.
Here's my dream. 10 years from now, I'm a multimillionaire with JK, and we have this podcast. And we're like, dude, remember when we bought that URL in your kitchen?
It's the best $12 we ever spent.
Yeah.
Turned into millions. Turned into
And then,
millions.
and then now we're like sitting in a mansion with our own studio recording the podcast.
A
Right?
couple of Joe Rogans.
Yeah, hanging out with Joe Rogan. We're like, dude, if you come on our podcast, we'll be on yours.
Hey, Joe, we'll throw you a bone, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll throw you a bone. We'll get you some views.
I told my
Yeah,
buddy
man.
Sean, I said, I'm going to be on the backpacking podcast. He's like, which one? I said, backpacking podcast.
The-
He's like, no, what's it called? I said, the backpacking podcast. He's like, which backpacking podcast? I said, bro, it's called the backpacking podcast. He's
Just
like,
Google that one.
I got it.
Yeah, well, I think the mindset behind it was if someone's looking for backpacking podcasts, they're going to type in backpacking podcast,
Boom.
and
There
here
it
we
is,
are.
man.
We're right
Yeah.
here, just waiting for them, saying, come listen,
That's right.
be frustrated. It's us.
frustrated.
And we talk and we don't stop, and it's going to be great.
It's just fun, man.
It is.
It's fun. Well,